Hello everyone. Today we are going to create our fake store API website. As you may see, here will be a header, then the banner portion will be here and it will be a slider, and then there will be a little bit about section, and after that there will be an example code, then how we can fetch the data and or the get the data using Reactjs. And then in the resource section we're gonna connect our API. Like you can get all the products data if you go through that API. As you may know that in our last video we already created our fake API. So in our today's build we're gonna connect that API to our website. To start things running, I already created one application. Here is a clean application. If you want to create a React application, you just go any of the folder. Inside that folder you just maybe npx create React app, then give the name of the project you want to give, and that's all. Then it will start spinning, and then you will come to that state which where am I now, and my apps is running in localhost 3000. That is the entry point, the first page. So first of all, I'm gonna make it a clean little bit. I will remove the unnecessary items which is not required for my project. And in the app, I will just remove those items. Then in the index.css, I'm also going to remove everything because I will use Tailwindcss for our CSS framework. So our page is clean. Now you can see there is a little bit of margin and padding is there. Whenever you are using Tailwind, it will fix that issue automatically. But if you're not using Tailwind, you can fix simply like that. Give a margin of 0 and padding of 0, and it will be all right. So we're going to use the Tailwind. Let's install the Tailwind CSS. We will get the framework guide, and here we need to install the Tailwind CSS. First install it, and also we need to create a Tailwind init, or we can just simply click it create it, that a Tailwind config file. We can just simply click over and make it here, copy that, paste it, save it. And one more thing we need to do, we need to get that index.css in our index their file, and then save it. Let's go to take that h1. Let's see if it's working or not. Let's reload. As you may see, our Tailwind CSS is not working. So better, just whenever you are facing that problem, you just close the terminal and then again start it, and it will be much better, and I think it will work now. So as it's spinning, let's go to our website. You can see the first we need to create the header. Okay, so first of all we will create the header, and then we're gonna create our navbar, which will be the slider. Okay, sometimes it's take a little bit time. Okay. I don't know why it's much more slow now. Okay, when it's reloading, because in the source folder we need to create 3 different folders. One is called component, one assets, and one is for the pages. So let's go to our source folder and then create the directory. One is components, another is pages, and then assets. So this 3 folder is there. Here we will keep our images, there is components, and here is pages. Now our project is running in 3000, and you can see the Tailwind is working. Just to get the experience of it, that text red 500, and the text the color is working. Now you can see the little bit IntelliSense is working here. You just go here in your extension and search for the Tailwind IntelliSense, CSS IntelliSense. So just install that one and it will work pretty fine. So that much all. Now let's go to start building our project. So first of all, we're gonna create a page which will be the home page. So in the pages, we will create one folder. The name will be home, and inside that home you will create a file. It will be home.js and refc, that for the functional snippet, for the functional component. Just save it, and now in the app, what you're gonna do, you will delete that, and we will just simply get the home over here. So now our home folder, home, is working. Now we need to create a component. Inside the component, we need to create a folder which will be our header. It will contain all the header or neighbor related items. Let's import that header to our home page. You see, the header is here. Now just imagine two things. This div, there is two div. One div is full width, another div is with I think the maximum width is screen axle. So we need to, inside the header, what we need to do, we need to create two div. First div, it will be like, if we give the class name, it will be weight full, height, just give 20, bg red. As you may see, one div is here. Now inside that div, there will be another div, and in that div, it will be max wide screen axle, and height will be full, bg blue. And if you have any confusion regarding the class name or any other class configuration, just go to Tailwind documentation and you can read it. Now you can see there is a max width is there, so we need to take it in the middle. We'll just keep MX auto, so it will give the margin 0 auto. Now it's in the center. So this color we will just give the VG white. The background will be white. We'll remove that color from here. Now that height, I think it will be better we can put it here, because we will make it sticky later on, and here the height will be auto. Now we need to take our images and then our list item. So first of all, let's go and drag all of the images we will use on we are going to use in that project, because beforehand I already separated that. So now in that source folder, go to assets, and I'm gonna create one folder, images. Inside that images, I will keep all the images. Okay, so now I have all the images. Now I'm not gonna import directly the images here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create an index file inside that images. Sorry, in index.js it will be. What is the rename? Yeah, index.js. Now inside that file, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna import all of the images from here, from that directory, and then I will just simply export all the images from here. So now our images is already just connected with our components. Now let's go to header, import the logo. So first logo, it will be logo light, from, it will be assets, then images, then from that images it will be the index. So now here you can see there is two div. One div will contain the image, another div will contain the list item. So first of all, let's create two div, and in the first div we'll take an image component, and in that component we will keep our logo light, and you may see the logo is here. It's a little bit first of all, you can see there is a little bit border there, so we can figure out what actually how much length it's going to be. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna give a border be 1 pixel, and border B will be gray 300. So you may see the border is here. Now image is much bigger. Give a class name and we'll give a width of 60, and now see, it's perfect. Now we got our image. Now what we need to do, in the second div we're gonna create an li, and inside that li we're gonna give that. Now the home is here. Why it's not working? Okay. So there will be, I think, 5 tabs. Let's just give the 5 times. Yeah, now I have the 5 tab. So first of all, let's keep that one as flex, so it will push equally that one, and the flex will be justify will be between, and the items will be center. Now you see it's in the center axis. And for that UL, first of all, there is some font families there. I use Roboto and I think OpenSens. So let's go back to Google Fonts. And that Google Fonts, I already selected that Roboto and Poppins. You can just go to the fonts and select any font. Then you need to choose whichever font you want to use. You may see here. So from there you can either connect that one in link in your index file, or you can just connect it in your style component, style.css file. So in here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna import it. And how we gonna connect it? Because I don't want to type it every time, the font Roboto, font Poppins. So I will give 2 name of it. One will be the title font and one will be the body font. So I will go to my tailwindcss.config. In the extent, I'll create a font family as an object, and inside that object, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create 2 font. One will be my body font and one will be my title font. And also I will export different colors for my project. One will be the prime color, one for the design color, and one for the wrap color. That wrap color it will use in the slider later on. Okay, so now for the font, what I will do, by default I will keep everything will be as a body font. So let's give a class name. Before that, let's open our developer tools, and you can see the font family is UI sans serif. So now what I will do, I will give font body font, and it will change rapidly. Now it's getting the open sans. Okay, so now as we get our font, now what we need to do, we need to give our header a dynamic position. First of all, for that header, we'll give a class name flex, and it will, you may see it will take the flex, and then we will give a gap of 12. The gap is there, and also we will keep all the font as uppercase, and we'll make font bold. Now you see a little bit bold and bigger. Now here there is a little hover there, so that one we need to keep it here in the li in the list. So let's give it a class name, hover text design color, give a duration of 300, and the cursor will be pointer. Now let's see it's working or not. Yeah, it's working and it's much better. Now you may see it's a little bit cranky, right? There is a lots of things there. Now I want to change something, like I want to give a font size. I want to give a text SM. I change one, but what about the others? So I need to change manually every time all of the components, right? But by not doing that one, I want to make it little bit easy, quick and easy. I want to change it in a single place. What I'm gonna do, I will just take the layer and it will be inside the components, and then I will like header li or header list, and then from there I will apply my whatever the classes I'm gonna use. So let's take this class, all of that, apply here. There is a little gap in the hover. Okay, so now this header list, go back to header, delete it and paste it here. I think it's still working. So now go all other list item, delete previous classes, just paste it here. Now you can see it's still working. And the good thing is that now I want to make the text small, make text SM. That is working much fine. And I will give it tracking wider because I want to little bit separated. So it's tracking working. So now what all are the tabs here? Home, about, docs. So let's change the name. First is home, saying it is about, that is docs, then blog and hire me. So that is now smooth. See, the changing is here. So now this thing is working pretty much fine. And the next step, at the end, because it will be responsive, as you may see, that's responsiveness is there. It will be fully responsive. We will do it in a separately in a different video, but in this video we're gonna create that UI. So focus on the UI, okay? And then we need to create our banner, which where we will put the slider. So let's remove the header, is already done. And then what we're gonna do, in our components we will create another folder which will contain the banner, and inside the banner we will create a file called banner.js. And this banner, what we're gonna do, we need to import it inside the, I don't know why my PTR is not working, maybe something wrong. Okay, so now if you can see that banner is working here. Now banner will be the full width. See, it's no, so the width will be full for the banner. Let's go back to banner, give it a class name width full, and height will be auto. Now what we need to do, we will use that React Slick. So to use the React Slick, to make the slider, we're gonna use the React Slick. To get the Slick, we need to first install that one, and after that we need to also include the CSS installation. We need to install that one also. Alright, so and then we need to import that CSS file. We're not going to use the theme CSS, so we'll just import the one, and that one I'm gonna keep it in index.css. And remember to remove this one, otherwise it will conflict a bit. So now sometimes maybe you don't want the slider in your banner, right? You want put something else. So without messing around in the banner, in the banner.js, what we're gonna do, inside that banner we will create another folder where the slider will be relying. Okay, so inside the slider I'll create the banner slider.js. It just as your choice, because sometimes I don't like to keep that slider in the banner. So what I will do, then I need to work inside that banner.js, which is little bit it's not it will be hard. I need to delete and then I need to start it. So better to create a different component. So whenever like I don't want the banner, I'll just remove it from here. Very easy. So my banner slider is here. Now let's go to Slick again. Now I need to import the slider from React Slick. Let's import that one, top level. And then rendering happening from the app, I will just take the settings from here that only I have to prefer. And then I think I'm in the wrong place because my banner slider will contain the slide, right? So let's go to banner, import it here. Okay, then the settings, and then I'll just take that entire div just to be, let's see what it will give us. Okay, just save it, go back to the file. You may see the slider is here. You can see it's changing. So slider is happening here. Now what we need to do, we need to take our photos, our whatever the images we're gonna use in the banner. So just let me take all the photos which we're gonna use for our today's banner slider. It will be those photos, slider 1, 2, 3, and the demo image. So first let's create, I will remove that all other divs except one. Okay, inside that div I'm gonna keep an image, and the source will be slider image 1. And as you see, our one image is already available here, and of course it's much more bigger. So I'm gonna give a, what you call that, I'm gonna give a manual hide. Let's give class name, width will be full, and height will be, I give 700 pixel. Okay, and also I will give I think I make a mistake. Object, I'll give an object fill. Okay, so now that is our first image. Now as you see, there is a little bit dark shadow in the top of the image, right? So for that one, what I'm gonna do, inside that div, I'm gonna take another div. First of all, let's go to that div and then give a width of full, hide auto, and I will make it a relative because I'm gonna make this div as an absolute div. So give a class name, width full, hide auto, absolute. From top it will be 0, from left it will be 0, and the VG will be, as you may know what the VG we keep for it, we keep the wrap color. So the background will be wrap color. So let's go back over here. Let's see if anything happened or not. No, nothing happened yet. So I think we made something wrong. What it could be, top 0, left 0, we give it right. So why it's not working? That's the div. That's the div for that. Let's make it bigger. Okay, slider 1 into left color, top relative, height auto. It should work. BG we give the top left absolute. Okay, let's keep it in that way. We're gonna come back to it later. First, what we need to we will do it again. We will create that images. We will take that images over there. So first of all, it's not for making the like how you gonna make your slider or something. Is because we're gonna create that full UI. So I'm gonna just go and drag and drop that our next div, which will contain that things, right? Like what I did, I took another div, and then that div also I made it absolute, and then I keep the images. I keep and demo images there, and then I make it in the middle, because as you see, I put it absolute. I take the top from 30%, for the left 37%, and also I taken one h1 tag, and then I keep the h1 tag also in the middle. Now why that one it is not work? Because we give a height of auto, it will not be there. We need to manually give the height because it's an absolute div. So if we give the height, and you can see it's working perfectly. Okay, just to be sorry, because it should be done either the first way. Now inside of that, what we need to do, We will just delete that one, not read that one. And in the settings we will just make little bit changes, because we want to be we need to show our arrow, right? So the arrow will be true. Now if you go to the React Slick documentation, you can just go through an example, and you can find all over the things, how to append docs, how to custom the arrows. It all things will be there, so I'm not gonna go all over this. Just follow me on that, and you can make it easily. If you follow me, it will be all right to see. So now we have already one images already here, and one slider images is running. So now I need I think I need 2 more images, so I'm just gonna drag it, and then I think that is our div, and yeah, I'm gonna just drop it here. Now as you see, I think that will be, yeah, we have our 3 images here. Now the things which we need to do, we need to create that button, one a pre button, one a next button. So as I say, you can see the custom button, how to simple next arrow button and or pre arrow button, how you can make it. So first of all, I will just create that button, because I already pre-built. So what I'm gonna do, I will not mess around in that file, because it's already messy. You can see lots of file and configuration is happening here. So in that slider, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take another file. It will be like, let's take a next btn.js. okay, so inside that next btn, what I'm gonna use, as you see, the simple next arrow. Remember where you see that the simple next arrow, that all over the things. Okay, I will just simply go there, I will take it over here, and that simple and that on click we are receiving from that banner slider as a props, we are taking from there. Okay, so in the banner slider, now we need to keep the next arrow, like we are already like next, it will be next arrow, and then we will just put that simple next arrow. Okay, so let's see where the error is coming. Okay, failed to compile. Okay, next btn. I think we made some mistake maybe. Oh, wait, because what we did, we didn't initiate our, we're just going so fast, because you may see the icon is not founding. Okay, there is an icon. Okay, for that we're gonna to use the React icons. It's my mistake. So let's go to React icon documentation, and then we will just go and install that icon over here, and I think it will work much better. After getting the icon, what we are going to do, what we are doing actually, we are taking the div as absolute value, and then from bottom and left, we are giving just positioning it as usual. It's just simple. You just follow through this class name, and you can very easily get the idea how it's happening. It's very simple. So that is our next button, and also the same way we're gonna create our pre button. Then in the slider folder, what we're gonna do, we will take one btn.js. Now you can take any name, or you can just take the same name, simple prev arrow. I'm just, for the reference, I'm keeping as the same name as it should be. Okay, and after that, what you need to do, we will go to the banner slider, and for the prev arrow, I think it's a sample prev arrow, and there will be a comma. Okay, just save it, and here you see, so we have our next, we have our pre-btn. Now you see, whenever we're scrolling, our header is disappearing, right? So we need to make our header sticky. So to do that, let's go back to header. Let's close the banner slider. I think that's not required anymore. Go to home, let's go to header, and in that header you can see we give a height over here, and then we will make it sticky and top 0. I think that will be fine. No, still not working. Okay, if that one is not working, we can give also in a different way. I think because that width is giving this other one, so that one, let's give it here. Yeah, it's working. It's already here. What we need to do, we'll just keep z index of 50, so it will not go down. Now you see, so our header also is sticky, and we are having our banner and the slider. See how smooth is that? Okay, the slider is running. So after that, what we have now, you can see there is a small logo over there, and there is some changes of title. Actually, we can do it right now. What I'm gonna do, I will take that small logo from my previous file, and then inside that public folder, I'm gonna paste it. You can see the small logo is here, and then I'm gonna go index file. I'll just go through the title. What is the title? Fake Store API. So let's change the title over here. Fake Store API. And in the description, I think I will just put a little bit, I'm not gonna keep that one. Let's put this alongside fake data platform for your projects. And we need to change the icon. That one will be the icon. We take it here, that is small logo.png. Small logo.png. You can give any icon as your picture or something, that will be fine. And for the like iPad or Apple things, let's change also. Now see, fake store API icon also change. So we got our header, we got our neighbor, and let's go